At Oculus Connect 6 this week, Facebook announced some pretty amazing new technologies coming to their flagship mobile VR platform, the Oculus Quest. And while not directly stopping sales of the Rift S, it's still going to be available to buy, they did seem to indicate that they really couldn't care less about it. So first up, they announced some incredible new camera-only based hand tracking technology coming next year, which uses the cameras on the headset to allow natural interaction, literally just with your hands, no controllers needed. But with one caveat, it's for Quest only. To be blunt, this is precisely the opposite of what I would have expected. I mean, the Rift S has far more computing power available on it, given it's attached to a PC. The Quest is just a mid-ranged mobile device, which is already pushed to its limits. But no, this hand tracking stuff is Quest only for now, and the official response from Facebook has been, well, we're going to look into the technical difficulties of bringing it to the Rift S, which doesn't entirely sound positive. Which was the first instance of Facebook giving a clear do not buy signal towards the Rift S. Next up is Oculus Link. Now this allows you to connect your Oculus Quest to a PC, thereby using it as a tethered PC headset and giving Quest owners access to the full Oculus library, previously only available to Rift or Rift S. This runs over a standard USB-C cable, though they will be producing their own longer USB-C cable with fiber optics inside in order to get the 5 meters of reliable data transmission that they needed. Now, although this sort of thing was rumored for a very long time, most people probably thought, well, that would be ridiculous. They'd be butchering sales of their own Rift S headset. Why would they do that? Well, apparently they don't care. I guess that means that they've run the numbers and the Quest is outselling the Rift by many, many times. In addition, they have said that the attach rate for the Quest is a lot higher than it is on Rift. That is, the number of people who buy a Quest and then go on to buy software is higher than the number of people on Rift. But really then, why would anyone buy a Rift S? Well, okay, there are some compromises in the Quest versus the Rift S. The screen is a little bit lower resolution, the blacks aren't quite as good, all that usual stuff. They've also had to do some compression in order to get that much data through the cable back to the Quest headset. Remember, while the Rift has a direct connection to the video card through the DisplayPort, the Oculus Quest will only be able to use USB-C, which has much lower bandwidth available. So in order to do that, they're having to do some serious compression, which involves fixed foveated rendering. Now, this is where the central part of your view remains clear, while the periphery is slightly pixelated. There's less detail around the edges, basically. So this means that if you look towards the edges, you'll see some pixelation, but you shouldn't really be doing that anyway. You should have your view fixed looking forward and then move your head around in order to look around rather than moving your eyes around to look at the edges. Those of us who are used to wearing glasses do this naturally. So while it's not a perfect solution, I think this PC tethering is going to be an absolutely massive selling point for the Quest. Barely 6 months on then, and it does feel like Facebook is ready to completely butcher the sales of their own high-end PC VR headset. And to be honest, we shouldn't really be surprised by this. They have long said that they'll be concentrating on mobile for the immediate future. I just didn't expect a move so drastic and so quickly. Then again, while the Rift S is a great headset, it was always a bit of a compromise. Oculus needed an intergenerational model to release, but they didn't have one. The Rift S is actually made by Lenovo. It's really just a rebranded Windows mixed reality headset, while the Quest, of course, was designed by Oculus's own in-house design team. Alright then, where does this leave us in terms of our buying guide? For the past few months, I've been recommending the Rift S as the budget PC VR headset of choice, and in the immediate short term, that's not going to change. The Oculus Link technology isn't out yet. The Rift S at $400 still represents remarkably good value for money, and is going to get you a really easy to set up and great PC VR experience. Now, obviously, it's still too early to tell if this Oculus Link technology is going to work flawlessly. However, the initial reviews that are coming in from Oculus Connect 6 demos are very positive. So I think it's fair to say that right now, Rift S is still our budget choice for PC VR. Quest is still our choice for mobile VR. But if you were on the fence about buying the Rift S or the Oculus Quest, I think this is all the evidence you need that you should be getting the Oculus Quest instead. At some point in the future, you will get access to the full Oculus desktop library as well. And while we're certainly not going to change our budget PC VR choice just yet, in 6 months' time, we might. Until next time.